News Now.
It isn't clear that there's actually a justification for that deployment.
Suing the president for sending in the National Guard. The lawsuit from D.C.'s Attorney General as the clock runs out on the president's crime emergency.
We're tracking that heat building in to round out the week and a chance for storms on Saturday. Latest details and timing coming up.
Shock and disbelief after a popular social media influencer in the DMV passes away.
He uplifts your spirit, he makes you feel happy. And he's a DMV legend. He started a lot of DMV lingo.
How Rolling Ray is being remembered after bringing laughter to so many. Raises for teachers in Prince George's County. The new union contract helping teachers pay for school supplies.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for DC News Now at 9 o'clock. I'm Chris Flanagan. Susan Tran has a night off. And developing now at 9, DC's Attorney General wants to push National Guard troops out of the district. In the lawsuit, Brian Schwab calls the president's deployment of the Guard in DC illegal. About 2,300 troops are supporting law enforcement on patrol, some armed. Many have taken part in beautification projects like cleaning up trash and landscaping. Councilmember Robert White sharing his support for the AG's lawsuit during a prayer vigil at Freedom Plaza.
I've been in discussion with the Attorney General. I applaud him and his team for filing this lawsuit. The occupation in D.C. is both illegal and unwelcome.
DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg live tonight outside federal court in Northwest. And Daniel, I know you spoke with a law professor about the chances this lawsuit succeeds.
Well, Chris, she thinks that there is a decent chance for this lawsuit, especially after the Guard's deployment to Los Angeles was ruled illegal by a federal judge recently. Of course, this all comes weeks into this Guard deployment here in D.C. A day after it was revealed National Guard troops would have their orders extended in the district, D.C. Attorney General Brian Schwab is suing to end that deployment.
Given the nature of this deployment and what even the Guard says it's doing at this point, it isn't clear that there's actually a justification for that deployment.
Meryl Chertoff is an adjunct professor at Georgetown University Law Center. She says Schwab is using some of the same arguments used in California.
What they cannot be doing, which they do appear to be doing, is serving as a police presence or engaging in domestic law enforcement. And that is prohibited by the Posse Comitatus Act.
It's why some veterans are continuing to protest.
I was in the National Guard and never would have expected to be doing a job like that. They're not crime fighters, they're war fighters.
Schwab argues the federal government authorized the National Guard to police the district without local consent, violating home rule.
This is not being done by Congress. This is being done by the executive branch. So another one of the counts is that there's a violation of what's called the separation of powers.
The third major argument is about how the Guard was activated.
They were activated under Title 32, which means that they remain under the control of their governors, but they are not being used under the control of their governor. They're being used under federal control.
It's not clear how long this lawsuit will take to go through federal court here. One of the main arguments being made is that federal agents are using the National Guard to help them with their mission. Those federal agents can continue their mission even after the control of D.C. police ends next Wednesday, and we believe that that won't be extended by Congress. We're live in Northwest. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
All right, Daniel, thank you. And you can see our full continuing coverage of President Trump's takeover of D.C. police on our website. Just go to dcnewsnow.com and click on the D.C. Takeover tab. All right, let's get a first check on the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Jackie Layer. And Jackie, we had some much needed rain this evening.
Yeah, we did. And much of that rain and thunderstorm activity has pushed its way out. So if anything, a lingering sprinkle possible, like we're seeing just north and east of D.C. at this point. But elsewhere, we are tracking those drier conditions conditions compared to the thunderstorms we had earlier. That did bring some heavier downpours at times, right around the 2 to about 4 p.m. time frame. Here's that cold front continue to clear the area and also clearing out any of that lingering shower activity as well. Those current temperatures, those are into the 70s, most of the area. 74 right now in D.C. Seeing those upper 60s already creeping in back out towards Winchester, even down towards Orange as well. So here's that cold front continuing to push its way off towards our east through the overnight and into early tomorrow morning. We'll likely start off with temperatures upper 50s to low to mid 60s, very similar to the temperatures we had earlier this morning. Now tomorrow afternoon, it's going to be a hot one to round out the work week. We're also tracking drier conditions too for your Friday, along with that humidity. So heads up, tomorrow it's going to be hot and humid, but starting off with temperatures upper 50s to lower 60s, while the afternoon could be close to 90 degrees for parts of the area. That's not going to be sticking around for the entire weekend, though. I'll have more details on that and timing of some more thunderstorm activity coming up.
All right, Jackie, we'll see you then. All new tonight, a D.C. man convicted of murder 15 years ago is now accused of another murder. Prosecutors say Randall Mack robbed, then shot and killed a man who uses a wheelchair in a Northeast D.C. apartment in May. Another man was arrested last month. Both men pleaded not guilty to a slew of charges, including first-degree murder. And developing in Virginia, police responding to a robbery in Stafford County. Now, there isn't much information being released from police tonight, but we know it happened in the Stafford Lakes Village subdivision. The suspects were said to be armed men wearing dark clothes. Anyone with information is asked to call the Stafford County Sheriff's Office. Well, Washington, D.C. influencer Raymond Harper, better known as Rolling Ray, has passed away. His sudden death has left many remembering the impact he had all across social media. D.C. News Now's Yamari Sase joining us tonight here in studio. And Yamari, you spoke with friends who are keeping his memory alive.
Yeah, that's right. Rolling Ray was known for being outspoken, funny, and his famous catchphrases like purr. Despite being in a wheelchair, he made a name for himself on social media, and now friends and supporters are remembering the heartwarming moments and his impact.
I was really sad, actually.
I'm still kind of hurt and in disbelief.
Friends and supporters are in shock after learning Raymond Harper, also known as Rolling Ray, passed away.
It's so sad to see that we lost a DMV legend, but he brought so much joy and laughter to this world.
His mother and the Zeus Network confirmed his passing on social media, but have not shared how he died. Rolling Ray's catchphrases brought laughter to so many.
All by you.
When I heard that he passed, I was waiting for him to say, "I came back from the dead and you're still not that girl."
And although he was in a wheelchair, Rolling Ray was known for his big personality, his reality TV appearances, and his music. But those who knew him say what they'll miss the most about him is his genuine spirit.
He would always send me voice messages and call me and tell me he's proud of me.
For makeup artist Tyler Hallman, it was his energy.
He is such a fun person to be around. Like, he uplifts your spirit. He makes you feel happy.
And for Jada Ruiz, it was his support for small businesses like hers.
I just wanted to do a good deed for him, you know, through my cooking. He did let me know he was in the hospital, so I just wanted to go to the store. I bought balloons and chocolates, and I just wanted to uplift him. He was in high spirits, and we talked about, like, life and everything.
Despite his disability, Rolling Ray inspired so many people to embrace who they truly are.
He made an impact for, you know, people all around the world that have disabilities, that are in wheelchairs, that don't think that they could ever make it out of where they're at in life.
Now, we did reach out to Rolling Ray's family, but have not heard back just yet. And while friends and supporters say they hope his legacy lives on. Reporting in the studio, I'm Yamari Sase, DC News Now.
What an inspiration, Yamari. Thank you. All new tonight, D.C. police say they've arrested a man for a deadly shooting at Union Station. Faison Mason is charged with second-degree murder. He is accused of killing 18-year-old Wayne McDaniel. That shooting happened near the escalators to the parking garage back in February. A family now without a home in Northern Virginia after a candle sparked this large fire. You can see the flames just engulfing this house. It's in Sterling. The family of 4 was home and did get out safely before firefighters arrived. Damage is estimated about $350,000. And a home next door also has heat damage. Loudoun County Fire saying never leave a candle burning if you're not in the room. Well, starting tomorrow, Prince George's County public school teachers will get a substantial pay raise. Superintendent says this is a major step to help to attract and keep good teachers. The 3-year contract includes salary increases and updates to strengthen teacher recruitment and support. Starting teacher salaries will be raised above $60,000.
This is, I think, is a step in the right direction. You can see that PGCPS is putting our teachers first. That's where our heart is. This is going to create the opportunity for a lot of teachers to live and work in the same place. And I think that's going to be an amazing thing to make our teachers among some of the highest paid teachers in Maryland. Actually, in the United States, I think that's groundbreaking.
Well, the signing of that 3-year ratified teacher contract will take place tomorrow evening at 5 o'clock in Upper Marlboro at the Board of Education building. In the district, Mayor Muriel Bowser and DCPS leaders met to discuss the state of D.C. schools. At the news conference, the mayor faced many questions from concerned parents, including from Latino families, about an increase in ICE activity near schools.
Principals and staff are reaching out to families, any families that we expect to see at school. And that is part of our ongoing efforts to make sure that children are benefiting from these great investments that we just talked about, and they need to be in their seats to benefit from that.
And the deputy mayor saying the school system does not track whether students are documented or not. And in terms of attendance, leaders are not seeing a major change. All new tonight, this is a pretty cool story. The Washington Commanders hosting a media day for 13 girls flag football teams across Prince George's County. The Commanders donating new Nike uniforms for all those teams. They also held a professional photo shoot for each athlete. This is modeled after an NFL media day. Comes as the school system gets ready to kick off its first flag football season.
I'm looking and I'm like, I see some athletes out here. And being a dad of 3 daughters, you know, I've always wanted my daughters to go out there and do whatever they wanted to do. And they didn't have this opportunity. Now you got these people supporting you, Josh Harris and the Washington Commanders. Go out there, have a lot of fun, but make sure you try to be the best you can be out there. Take it serious.
Yeah, what a moment. That was former Commanders running back Brian Mitchell. He says it was a really special moment, getting to see the excitement from all these young athletes, and best of luck, all those young ladies on the field. Coming up here in DC News Now, as the race to become Virginia's next governor really heats up, how ads focusing on education and gender identity are now playing a pivotal role. And we're helping you stretch your dollar tonight, how you can grab some breakfast deals at Wawa, but you've got to act quickly.